Good morning. For Traders Exclusive, this is George Kachuk. We're RCM Wealth Advisors reporting to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Here we are on the last trading day of February, and let's take a look at the equity markets. The equity market uptrend still continues, although we're running a little bit into some resistance, and we'll go over that a little bit here. So basically, it was February 11th, the S&P 500 bottomed. February 17th, we had a follow-through day, and the market was moving pretty strongly. Right now, the market formed a double bottom. If you look at the chart, the S&P 500, and it's running right into that 1950 area. Closed slightly above it last Thursday. Friday during the day got above it and then closed below it. Kind of a little bit of stalling action. So ideally what we want to see is the S&P powered through that 1950 area, and that would tell us that the uptrend will still probably continue. Now, we haven't seen any serious distribution since the February 17th follow-through day, and that's a really good sign. But we did see this last Friday, a little bit of stalling. Now, similar to NASDAQ, similar chart pattern. NASDAQ's running into some resistance right about that 4,600 level. We'd like to see the NASDAQ get over that 4,636. And again, last Friday we saw some stalling, but that's the only sign of selling that we saw was that one stalling day. So that's pretty good. Now, the other pretty good things the market has going forward is the breadth is improving. You look at the NYSE advanced decline line, that's moving pretty strongly off the bottom. Transports are leading off the bottom, as are small cap stocks. So those are the good signs. Now, some of the bad things are that the stocks that are making you high still continue to be utilities and staples. I talked about this the other week. We'd like to see some rotation into the growth names. And what we are seeing with some of the growth names that are breaking out, they're making you highs and they're kind of stopping. So if you look at some stocks like that broke out last week, Texas Roadhouse, Domino's Pizza, Ellie Mae, just to give you some names. If you can see those stocks move further, that might tell us something about where this market's going. Another thing we'd like to take a look at is some of the large caps tech stocks. Facebook's still holding up pretty well. Google and Amazon. We want to see these stocks start moving. That'll tell us that growth is again back in favor, and the market has some legs. Now, some other stocks that we're looking at is in the medical sector is Edward Life Sciences. There's a stock that broke out, and again, though kind of stalled, couldn't continue making further highs. Intuitive Surgical is another stock that's been in a 4-year consolidation, broke out a few weeks ago, came back in with the market down to about that 500 level, and again is above that 564 pivot. So that's a stock I'd keep an eye on because it's showing extremely good relative strength, and last week had some strong volume coming in as it's moving past that 564 pivot. So these are not necessarily buy recommendations. These are just stocks you should keep an eye on. See if these trades are for you. Another stock that's having some great volume move this morning is PayPal Holdings. Symbol is PYPL, moving above that 38 area pivot. And again, if that stock holds and continues to move higher, that can tell us about the nature and of the market. So until then, if you're a short-term trader, you might want to see that the NASDAQ and the S&P get above those areas. That's 1950 on the S&P and about 4636 on the NASDAQ, and that tells you the market's good to go. If you got a longer-term horizon, economic data continues to be pretty good, not gangbuster growth, but still that same sluggish growth. But again, no signs of a recession. So now's the perfect time to be picking up some of your favorite stocks that continue to have great earnings. So, as always, let price and volume be your guide. This is George Kachuk with RCM Wealth Advisors, telling you to have a great trading week.